Business owners, and especially my service-based business owners. Listen, this is a message, an important message specifically for those that are in service-based businesses. You're doing services for people. You offer your time in exchange for service. You offer a service to do something for people in exchange for money, and that's what your business is. Listen, when I got into business, when I started in my career, really 18 years ago, I was a service-based business owner. And I've been a service provider since that whole length of time. That whole amount of time have been offering services to people. And so this comes from my experience. This comes firsthand, and it comes firsthand from working with multiple service-based business owners. There's only two ways that a service-based business owner can make more money, because you're putting your hours into it. The first way is you duplicate yourself, you build a team. And you scale up a team, you get as many jobs as possible by hiring other people to do the work for you. Listen, you got to break out of the whole thing where you're the one doing the work. Stop working in your business, which is really just a glorified job that you're getting paid money for by multiple bosses, if we're being real, and hire other people to do the work for you. Or move into, and this is what I recommend everybody do, selling products. Selling your own products, moving out of offering a service, maybe offering your service as a framework that includes some services, but eventually moving into product-based, to where you productize your business, because you can scale it infinitely without having to hire more people, without having to have more people be the ones that increase your revenue. So you don't have to hire more staff to increase that. And so if you're a service-based business provider, listen, I truly believe that you need to get to the point where if you don't plan on hiring people out, that you need to productize your business and start moving into products. Now listen, if you don't want to sell products and you don't want to hire people and you just want to have a small thing where you're working a job, and so, I mean, that's great. You're going to cap out though how much money you can make. Most people have a hard time making more than 15, 30K a month doing that. Maybe they raise their fees in specific industries. But especially if it's most industries, copywriting is one of the number one things that you can at least scale that to $1 million service by yourself if you're a great copywriter. Most services such as video editing, social media, graphic design, it's nearly impossible to scale that beyond multiple six figures if you're the only one doing the work. Okay? And so if you are building a service-based business, you have to either hire people to do the work for you, other people to do the work for you that you've been doing, and sure, they're not going to be as good as you, maybe 80% as good, learning to grow in your leadership ability to take your skill set and lead people. But that's hard, it's costly, your profit margins are low. Or sell products, develop products, create products that you sell, that you bottle up, that you put out there to people, and you sell those products at scale. And that's what I love helping people do, is selling products, is how to take what they do, their knowledge, or take something that they care about and start a product-based business. Courses and coaching is the number one way that I know that you can literally, you by yourself can easily scale to multiple six figures all by yourself, and then hire people with very little effort to do so, to take things further to multiple seven figures with a very low amount of overhead and staff. And so that's why I say coaching and courses are what I love helping people do. That's what I have the most experience doing. So I was doing services to course creators and coaches from day one. My very first job was doing that. I was working for DannyJohnson.com and a guy named Tom Challen, and then I was working for my mom, and eventually learned and grew in my skill set in marketing. And now I have this business where I'm selling products, and we're no longer doing services for people at a certain level. If you bring me in as a consultant, I'm still going to consult you, but then I'm going to have a team that does all of the work for you. So I don't actually touch any of the inner workings of stuff anymore. I don't actually touch the inner workings of the ads manager and all that. I might write some of the ads in a Word document in Jarvis. That's about the extent of what I do with people, is I write copy, and that's the only service that I charge for, but it's multiple six figures to even start to work with me on that level. As I'm scaling my product-based business to eliminate almost completely all of the services. Listen, The caveat I always hear people say to this is if everybody became a product-based business and didn't offer services, who would be out there to do services for businesses, right? Well, there's no lack of service providers popping up every single day. So I don't think that that's an issue, and it's not your job to manage and maintain the world's economy, making sure that you're the one service provider that didn't go to the next level. And so I truly believe that all service-based business owners should either commit to scaling their business, hiring, growing in leadership so that they are working on their business, not in their business. I want to get you away from working in your business, working inside of your business and doing the work, and you have other people do the work for you. You can scale that. The better way, products and offering products or productizing your framework and offering that as a product at scale to people. That actually doesn't require you to hire nearly as many. You literally can have a multi-million-dollar business with like 3 contractors that work part-time. How do I know this? Because we've done it multiple times with multiple people, multiple business owners. We've actually helped a lot of people. This is what I love. We've helped people take their 5 employees and scale it down to 3 part-time contractors in the courses and coaching businesses. And they didn't realize, oh, wow, I had all this overhead that was like multiple 6 figures. We could scale this down to a fraction of that and get 10 times the revenue. And that's what I love helping people do at that scale when I'm consulting. It's like those are wealthy business owner problems. People that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars already. How do we figure out how to make that even better? We help people with that. But if you're just starting out, you're not at that level where you're making that level of money. Just you by yourself can make multiple 6 figures and even 7 figures by yourself without staff in a course and coaching business. And if you don't want to do that, you still want to do the service thing, learning to hire people, learning to find a team building, learning to lead people and injecting your quality, you being the quality control department, you being the person that decides the quality of the service in your team. Again, that's the other way that you can scale. So really, if you're a service-based business owner, ultimately my message is you got to scale somehow. I don't want you just to be a solopreneur. Listen, there's a lot of people out there that teach on the solopreneur thing. My goal is I want to help you go become a solopreneur if you never have before, and then quickly no longer be a solopreneur. Be somebody that has a team that does it for you, because your impact, your level of helping people, and especially the amount of money that you make scales exponentially when you're not the one doing all the work and you stay in your lane of genius, only doing what you're excellent at all times and what doesn't suck your time away. You have a finite resource of time, yet there's infinite things that you can do with it. How do billionaires use their time? They got the same 24 hours that you and I do. You got to start thinking in that way. How do 100 millionaires do that? How do millionaires do that? Well, they prioritize and optimize their time, and they've learned how to lead people, delegate, and start to have other people do the work for them in that way. Okay? I got a number of books I talk about on that topic. Leadership is a Language is a great book on that. The New School Way of Leadership, that is past the industrial revolutionary age, to where it's not just a leader barking orders to people. You're actually empowering your people and your team to be leaders. Decentralized command in the book Extreme Ownership. Again, these are strategies for leadership to where you're not spending hours controlling people as a leader, where you're actually activating people to be better than you are at the job that they're doing and putting people in the right roles. And that's what it takes. So if you're a service-based business owner, learn those strategies of how to delegate, how to have other people scale, or move into a product-based business. Those are the 2 things that I highly recommend. And I think every service-based business owner, if you're watching this right now, needs to start doing. All right? You got questions on this? Let me know. We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a good one.